Hi, I'm Elle Ingalls. I'm thrilled that you signed in to learn more about pressure-free living with me. Over the next couple of weeks, I'll be sending you some emails, 5 tip emails that are videos to get you started on what I call the pressure-free living path. You'll also get a couple of emails from me that tell you more about my e-courses and my coaching if you'd like to go deeper with me and actually take one of my courses. So, tip number 1, that's what I'm giving you here today. Today I'm going to talk about emotions that take you out of your game, that cause you to have problems in your performance academically and athletically. Because as a student athlete, this is critical. So what takes you out of your game? What makes you feel angry, anxious, annoyed, or shamed? Do you ever feel anxious before your competition? How soon does the anxiety start? Is it a couple of nights ahead of time? Or even a week ahead of a major competition? That anxiety can truly take you out of your game, that nervousness, that worry. It's usually what I call negative fake worry. Do you ever feel angry? How about if you're on a team and your team starts to do very poorly? Do you start getting annoyed with your teammates? And then does it go into full-blown being angry? Do you ever get angry at your coaches? Anger can really take you out of your game. It's an emotion that gets really fueled up and can trigger what's called the fight or flight stress response, and that's what truly takes us out of our game. In my courses, I go deeply into these emotions, but there's 2 other ones too. How about feeling annoyed? That's mine. I get annoyed at all sorts of little things. If I come home and things are out of place. How about when you go home to your apartment or your dorm room? Do you have situations where it really just drives you crazy because somebody's stuff is in your way, or dishes aren't cleaned, or whatever it is that makes you a little bit annoyed and then can get actually full-blown angry? Anger and annoyance are kind of linked, aren't they? If we start to get more and more annoyed, it can turn into anger. Maybe your coaches get annoyed and angry at you and your performance. Does that make you feel ashamed? Ashamed is another one of my 4A emotions. I call them the 4 A's. So in my course, you don't want A's. You actually want C's. Words like calm, confident, courageous, commitment to your sports and to your academics. As student athletes, you're under a great deal of pressure to perform academically and on the athletic field. So my tips are going to help you out here. With these 4A emotions, so feeling angry, anxious, annoyed, and ashamed, if you can get really clear about what causes you to feel those emotions, that's the first step, or one of the first steps, in actually being able to do something about it. So my tip here is for you to go through your day and write down everything that makes you feel any one of those 4A emotions. Anything that makes you feel angry, or anxious, ashamed, or annoyed. And all those emotions that fall under that, like fear, worry, nervousness, frustration, any one of those negative emotions. What causes you to feel those? Make a list. Do it for a regular, typical day of school and workouts. Then do it for a day when you have an athletic competition. You can even do it just for your competition. What at that particular time makes you feel any of those emotions? For some athletes, it's even traveling to the event. Fear that they're not going to get to the bus on time or take the plane, however you travel. Fear that when you get there, you're going to be late, or your event comes up first if you're a track athlete and nobody seems to care about that, and there's all sorts of fears and emotions that go through our day. Then also do one for a day off, where you don't have anything planned, because other things can cause you to feel those emotions. When you get really clear about those emotions, then we can do something about it. And I'm going to give you one really quick thing to stop actually stressing out in those situations. So it's kind of a funny thing to do. It's what I call my celebration Ferris wheel. But we've got to have some fun in order to break some of these long-standing habits. So let's say you have a habit of a couple of nights before your big competition, you start getting nervous. You do that negative fake worrying. That's a bunch of anxiety that you just don't need. When you feel yourself starting to do it, I want you to pretend there's a Ferris wheel right in front of your face. And you're going to grab a car and you're going to push up, which is a very silly thing to do, so you're going to smile. because it's stupid. Secondly, your posture improved. Those are 2 tools in my basic set of 9 tools that can help you stay up and over the stressful situation so that you don't release these fight or flight stress hormones. They're going to monkey with your body and your mind. So you're going to push this little celebration Ferris wheel and you're going to celebrate, because the big A here is awareness. This is an A you do want. When you become more aware of all these little things that trigger you to feel the 4 A's, you're going to take that first step to doing something about it so that you don't release the fight or flight stress hormones and your body and your mind work more optimally for you. So in my courses I go way in depth about all of this so that you can learn more. But this is just one quick tip to get you started. Be aware of when you feel angry, anxious, annoyed, or ashamed. I'm Elle Ingalls, and I'm wishing you a very pressure-free day.